And he takes this from inside the 5. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking to the big tight end. On target to the left. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They'll get him at the footing for a man. It's Fafita. The screen, he's got wheels. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They get to the line quickly. They're going back to the ground. Got the first down, looking for more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Wildcats kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And nice answer by this defense. You give them a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
Bringing the heat. Caught in the backfield, it's Foster. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
I think that shows you the experience of the quarterback there. His primary target wasn't open, so he didn't panic. Even though he was getting hit, he was still able to find his check down and find some positive yards.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The DBs will back off a bit. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Spits it out to the back. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He'll be knocked out of bounds a couple of yards short, and that's a stop for the defense.
Hey, you come out early in the game, you're trying to send a message to your team that you're confident, you believe in them to convert these fourth downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. If you want to stay aggressive, be that way throughout the course of the game.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Seminoles with a second and short to keep this drive moving. The give from the gun. Good pick up there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
It's just not easy to bring this guy down, is it? He is so dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands, and it makes me think back to old great Seminole running backs like Warwick Dunn, Travis Minor, a guy that I used to play against. How about Dalvin Cook even? Just guys that could make the first guy miss, and then they were able to just explode and burst and take it the distance. This guy right here, he is a unique talent.
Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And the Seminoles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Got his man. Quick step and go. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, and an array of possibilities here. The Seminoles come to the line needing just inches for the first down. On third and short, the power run here. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Hard to imagine this is only their first drive of the game, but their defense was on the field for virtually an entire quarter. So, guys, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here to convert this third down so their defense can stay on the sideline and get their win back.
that wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction.
And they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
That's a decision the quarterback would love to have back. Down here in this area of the field in the red. These windows, they close so quickly. Everything just has to be done a little bit faster. You got to be so much more precise, and as a result of being late on the throw, they turn it over in the red zone.
Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. Kentucky going quickly.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
The quick out. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Facing a third down and short from the 26. Creates a little space. He's all the way across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41 in the running game, getting it done.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Grab behind the line. It's Foster. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
They're just trying to sneak the back out to the right side there, but great job tackling on defense against a guy who's hard to bring down once he has the ball in his hand.
Makes the grab. It's Hooks. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Fafita. This defense makes a 3rd down stop. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
On the move, it's McAllister. Spins away from the defense. Past the sticks, and he may get more. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offense will take that. 3-5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. He leaves it with his back.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
And the Noles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle. It's Tate. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Now on 2nd and goal. Back to throw, it's Castellanos. Looking to scramble. Gets rid of it. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They've already squandered a couple of chances to score touchdowns in the red zone, and now another opportunity. It's picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's another play for this offense that you're just left wanting more. Both these offenses, man, nobody's scoring any points. Palmer trying to execute a 2-minute drill, throwing the ball to the other team. That's not part of the 2-minute drill.
And I think we got to give the defenses credit because they have been dominant and physical, and they're creating takeaways. I know the offense has been sloppy, but on the other side of the ball, man, we are seeing 2 really good defenses go at it today.
Motion from the wideout. To the air on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit forcing that incompletion.
Throws to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. Forced out of the pocket. That's it, fly. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. A low line drive and not his best work. Makes the catch near the 50. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. Once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Here's the pressure. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown Seminoles.
Finally, somebody's able to get on the board. This game was sending offensive football back to the 1930s. Great job of executing. I know this is a defensive stalemate. I don't know how many points we're going to see in the second half. Guys, that touchdown, that might be all they need based on what we've seen here in the first half.
Top unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. 5. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Looking downfield, it's Fafita. Fires to the tight end. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Unleashes one. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Unloads to the wideout. This time on target. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to throw on first down. Here's a heat. Oh, they're after him. On the run deep down the right side. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. And the Wildcats will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
Going to try to get it himself. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Well, no real mystery there, and I think this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their offensive line to get the push needed to give that back just a big enough crease to fall forward and get...
Breaks into the open. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football, and you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Looking for room. It's McAllister. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great play by the defense there. And listen, they got to do more of this. Running backs obviously had a lot of success. They got to continue to stop this run game, be physical, and not let this guy beat him.
Got his man to the left. There he goes. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
Well, you know, this guy's a huge weapon catching the football, and David, he's difficult to bring down. What an athlete with his size and speed.
Dude, it's stupid. You want me to play defense now against all these guys and all this speed and skill all over the yard, and then you got a tight end like this who can not only catch it with his big frame and his big body, but do that after the catch. It's just so hard to play defense nowadays.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Hendricks. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But
turning on the Jets. And he goes out of bounds, but finally this passing game gets something going here as they try to rally.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. The short hands, it's hooked. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. Kentucky right back to the line.
And I like what the quarterback did to finish the run. He buys a little bit of time, scrambles out to his left, and as a right-handed quarterback, you really understand you got to square those shoulders while you're running, which can be difficult if you want to throw an accurate throw like he did right there.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, a costly turnover on downs.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, it's Castellanos. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Working on the right. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the...
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Noles! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. On the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Kentucky going quickly.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game.
There he goes. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Now the play fake. Makes the grab for the two-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a touchdown pass from 59 yards out. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Tate. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth in that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. They'll go to the fullback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but that guy didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Castellanos. Quickly to the tight end. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The officials stop. The Knowles line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding.
The Seminoles will have it 1st and 10. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. That's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Man, that's a bad fumble. I mean, you're going to give the ball to your playmaker. You understand the situation. All I'm trying to do is run clock, hold on to that thing, to fumble in that situation, and just breathe hope. You gave him life, and that's what you don't want to do. You just want to run that clock.
Got out of trouble and throws. Pulls it in. It's Foster. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. Wants to throw. It's Fafita. Quarterback adapting. Grab near the marker. It's Hendricks. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The Wildcats will hustle to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.